This week we're reading Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straube, otherwise known as The Claw.
Hi readers, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Katie.
And welcome to Not Another Heroine, the book pod where we celebrate the heroines we love
and roast the ones we don't. We'll be your TBR FGMs.
Fairy godmothers.
And find you the best 5-star reads, the spiciest romance, and save you from the overhyped DNFs.
So grab your favorite drink and get cozy. Welcome to Season 3. We have to apologize and issue many, many warnings before you get into the meat of this episode.
Oh, gross. I think I need to apologize maybe to Jordan first.
Thank you. I don't know how you finished this book.
It was, I think the best metaphor maybe was a train crash where it's but it's thunder and lightning outside too, and it keeps getting hit with lightning, and you're like, what the fuck is gonna happen next? And then a bear comes out and gets hit by the train. That's how I felt reading this book.
I think there are two types of readers. There's readers who can't stand not to finish a book.
Yeah.
And then there's readers who, at the first inkling of absolute garbage, just close the book.
Yeah. I love that they're both sitting in this room right now.
Uh-huh.
Can you guess who's who?
Oh my God. I tried because I do think there's value to getting far enough into a book that you dislike so you can talk about it with actual points.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, hey, this sucks and I don't have solid reasons why.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, by the way?
We are talking about Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straube.
I just want to throw out there that this book was previously published as an online serial, chapter by chapter, and it had a different name.
I didn't know this.
Split or Swallow?
Readers, you probably know how this is going to turn out just from that.
If we were still doing Tawdry Tuesday episodes, this would be on it.
Immediate banger.
So really, Katie,
we should have a counter of how many euphemisms we can.
I would feel uncomfortable listening to us talk about this book.
Oh yeah,
in any environment.
Yeah, so we're gonna use cover terms
as much as possible. We might slip up.
Yeah, biscuits. You'll get them in context, but
needless to say, this is less of a fantasy romance and more of a...
This is erotica.
Yes.
Full on.
It's fantasy erotica.
Yeah.
Every chapter has something.
Yeah, because I feel like I've seen a couple things that people were upset the Fourth Wing was described as a smutty romance, but it's not. But now I have more respect for Fourth Wing.
I know. After trying to read this book, I'm like, Fourth Wing wasn't that bad.
Yeah, at least there was some semblance of a coherent plot. And then I got to this and I'm like, this is just erotica.
And Violet was atrocious, but she wasn't even close to...
What a wild, literally. Because this is probably the single worst heroine I've ever read.
But also the heroine's name is Temperance.
Yeah.
For someone who is so not the epitome of that.
Yeah. That's why I kind of wonder if this is a rage bait book. But if she wrote it as a serial, it can't be. So I don't know. Because it almost hits all of the triggers that someone would be angry about.
But what trad publisher looks at or reads this book and thinks, yeah, I can make money on that?
I have no idea. I don't even know who published this. Who did this to us? I'm going to look it up right now.
While you are doing that, I think I'm just going to list some of the things that occur in this book.
Yeah.
So, one, either dive in and enjoy or
Bloom
don't.
Books? Isn't that a bigger one?
What is it?
Bloom Books?
Bloom?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not a bigger publisher.
It could be a subsidiary of a bigger publisher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Bloom Books. Sus.
Very. All right. Here are some things that happen in this book.
Yeah.
Why choose? Exhibitionism. Power play. A word I'm not going to say, but it involves tacit agreement of
a third party not participating, but viewing. Sort of.
And then between family members?
Mm-hmm. Well, technically not, but yes. None of the family members
No,
themselves,
but they're all involved.
weirdly.
Yeah. Use of very creative toys.
Yeah, God.
And non-human partners.
Yeah.
That's all we can list right now, but
I am sorry again.
I don't. Okay. We're gonna try and go through what semblance of a plot exists in this book.
Yeah. Maybe just be prepared to, like, spit out your coffee multiple times and be like, "What?" And then, like, 30 minutes goes by, and then you get, like, 8 more, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I just don't understand how this is put forth as a fantasy romance book.
Dude.
Like, what? If you tell me you're reading this book for the world building.
Dude, okay, so the smut starts at, like,
that felt really violent.
3%. A little bit, but honestly, it's granted in this book. It's smut. It got to the point, I was probably, like, 25, 30% through, and the sheer number of sentences that didn't include explicit smut and, like, insinuations to smut, adjacent to smut, was, like, in the, like, 50s. Like, we had 50 sentences in, 30% of a 500-page book that was, like, not sex. That's almost impressive.
But the effort it takes to write these kinds of scenes, like, there's videos out there.
I almost feel like she was just, like, narrating them.
Oh, maybe.
Honestly, because, like, I have so many questions.
Yeah. Well, and then this whole aspect of trying to separate the author from their work.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do when you have work like this.
Yeah.
When the writing feels like 14-year-old wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like, what's that, like, catchphrase? Like, it feels like it's a old fanfic publishing site.
Well, it feels like it's Wattpad.
That's the one.
Okay, yeah.
Feels like that
This is Wattpad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, so did she write this when she was 12?
I don't know. That makes it feel even more yucky. I don't know, dude.
I don't know how you deliberately write a character so atrocious.
That's what it's almost impressive because I will say, I feel like our readers are like, oh, I'm never going to read this book and fully support you in that decision. But I will say, if you're someone who is trying to write your own book and you're maybe struggling with some of the, like, characterization of your main character, I would almost read this as, like, a handbook on what not to do, because somehow Lindsay Straube takes all of the, like, minute details that get added into books that, like, aren't bad on their own, puts them into one character, and she turns into, like, the most heinous person you could fucking imagine. But it's, like, it's never, like, she just, like, takes it to the extreme in all directions, and she has no, like, redeeming characteristics.
Like, why are two men in love with this person?
Heinous person. Like, she's, like, actually, like, a bad person. She violates other people's privacy. Like, she, like, mentally just dives into their brain. Direct quote, "Besides, did they not belong to each other? What secrets could he possibly have that weren't hers to know?" That's psychotic. Yeah.
It's,
yeah. Maybe we'll just jump into
it,
it and you'll kind of hopefully respect why this was a train crash that I couldn't stop watching. Because let's start out with the premise of where this book opens up.
Okay, I just one final point before we get into, I am shedding clothes I'm just like a basilisk.
The combination of all of this, I almost spit out my soda because she's literally, like, pulling down, like, her shirt sleeves, and I'm like, girl, what is happening?
I'm hot and I'm frustrated. And
no, I'm super sweaty too. It's very hot in this room, but the combination of all of these items, I'm like, what is happening?
No, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna put my clothes back on. We're losing it.
Oh my God.
I think I'm angry at this book because is advertised, even like the description of the synopsis, it's advertised as fantasy romance.
It's not.
They talk around it. They have euphemisms for all of the sexual stuff that happens. And so if you don't know any better, you pick up this book thinking, oh, great cover, cool title, Basilisk. Yeah, I'm into it. Chicken snakes. But then you open it and it's erotica.
Yeah, I think that's what frustrates me too, is it was on the fantasy romance subreddit multiple times. Like, I feel like for the last 6 months, I've seen nothing but this book. This isn't fantasy romance.
No, it's not. So stop saying it is. And I don't care if you want to write erotica. I don't care if you want to write erotica in a sci-fi setting, in a fantasy setting, in a contemporary setting.
What was it? Killer whales?
Yeah, there you go. Like, fine. Got it. But don't equate this to books like Half a Soul. Or Daughter of the Forest. Or Crown Jewel. This is not that genre.
Even Master of Crows.
Yeah.
Which I would say has more romance than most fantasy romance, but there's still some kind of coherency. But like, this is erotica.
Yeah. All right. Rage out. Synopsis time.
I feel like we're going to see Jordan rage out multiple times as I explain.
A little bit.
Do you want to start the premise of this?
I will start with as far as I got, readers. I got about 40% of the way through. Like, just because I felt guilty because you were going to discuss this. I didn't want it to be all on you. All right.
Oh, dude, I will talk about this book any day of the week, frankly.
All right. So we open in a world, and not even getting into how awful the dialogue and the vocabulary. Like, they have bathrooms. Like, what setting are we in here?
Because
I went into the bathroom to tidy my hair.
Oh my God. I was thinking about this explicitly this morning. I was like, Jordan's going to bring up the bathrooms. Because, like, that's the part of the world building I don't understand. That it kind of seems like it's like
modern,
but then it's like medieval times too, because she's like a chicken farmer and there's like castle walls and like a big palace. I have no idea what timeline this is based in.
I don't know what our technology level is here.
No, because there's no like telephones or electricity.
They use roosters to guard their houses, and yet they have bathrooms.
Yeah, with running water.
I don't understand. And like the vocabulary and the writing style mirrors this complete unhinged level of setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this world, humans and the Basilisk population had violent wars. Lots of people died on both sides, and it's been a couple hundred years. Now we're in some sort of truce where the humans live in like a compound to protect them from the basilisks. These, if you've ever seen like a mythical drawing of a basilisk, they're not snakes like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
They're chicken snakes.
I don't think I've ever seen a basilisk.
Just look it up. It's interesting. They're not hot.
Oh, you're fucking joking.
No, I'm not.
What?
Yeah, so there you go. But our basilisks in this world can change their shape and take human form.
I don't want to talk about this book anymore. What is this?
It's pretty atrocious. Okay, now that's the world we're living in. And now we get into like what drives the plot, which is we get to the year where the crown prince or the royal heir, makes you wonder if they do the same thing for like a princess. Interesting choice. So the crown prince has come of age, which is like 20. And so when they gather all of the women who were born in the same year as the crown prince, so all the 20-year-olds across the country, gather for...
See, that's what I thought too, but it's only within the village.
Even dumber.
But like, how do you have this giant palace and a prince and a king?
And then a village.
And a village. Okay, that sent me through the roof every time I read village. I'm sorry, we're derailing, but like, that makes no sense.
We're a tiny little country. Imagine Cinderella. Like, there's only one village, one castle, and a crown prince. And he's hot. Anyway, they gather all of the eligible maidens, and they must compete a la Bachelor style for the crown prince's affections.
Yeah.
And to compete, they must be assigned a trainer.
Yeah.
And the trainer is a basilisk. So the first night of the competition arrives, and all of the young women in the village gather, and they go outside the walls, and they are to meet their basilisk trainer. And they each go to an individual cave where the basilisk is waiting for them.
Yep.
That's the premise of our competition. Now let's meet our heroine. Her name is Temperance.
But she goes by Tem.
Call me Tem.
Okay, I will derail our conversation for a second. The amount of times that people say, my name is this, but I go by this, it has to be some kind of running joke.
Almost every fucking character.
Literally every character. Even if it doesn't make sense, like our Basilisk trainer for our main character, his name is Caspinon, but he goes by Caspin.
Jesus.
Okay. You didn't need to do that.
I don't. So Tem. Tem is our heroine. She is the daughter of a single mother who has been kind of outcast by the village and like...
For no reason.
Except no one knows who her dad is. So classic single mother story. Here we go. And Tem is 20 years old and no one likes her because she is the daughter of a chicken farmer and she smells.
Okay, so again, I don't understand why no one likes her. Well, besides that she's a horrible person, but...
But she is this classic, like, bullied girl in the village. All of the other girls are prettier than her. All the other girls have, like, boyfriends and sexual experience. That is one of the cultural norms in this kingdom, is that, like, it's very common to have partners, multiple partners. Like, virginity isn't like a prized commodity, which great. Like, I can get on board with that. Like, we've read The Virgin Heroine over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But our girl is not like other girls.
She is a virgin.
She is a virgin, and she's never even been kissed.
Oh, my God.
There we go with our 14-year-old wish fulfillment.
Yep.
And so there's a rival girl in the village who's pretty, got blonde ringlets, and she's got a boyfriend, and she always makes fun of Tem for not having any experience. There is so much hyperfixation on the virgin versus the slut thing going on in here.
Yep.
But Tem is so excited because she finally gets a chance to compete for the prince's affections, and she's finally going to get her first kiss from a basilisk.
Dude, I feel like Jordan is doing justice to this book that it doesn't deserve, because as you're reading it, you have no idea why Tem wants to compete in this, because she can like leave at whatever point, and like we kind of get wrapped up in this, like her mom wants her to win so that they can be like elevated in society, which like maybe, but I still don't know.
It's not very clear.
But then she also like just wants to have sex before she dies.
Yeah, she says that.
Yeah, it's like you really can't find anyone.
She's also got a token gay friend.
Yeah. Oh my God, that irritated the shit out of me.
It is literally a token gay friend just to provide humor and like a counterpoint to Tem.
Yeah. Well, I also don't love it because he's like hypersexualized for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And like I get it kind of fits in this society because everybody seems to be constantly talking about sex, but like we don't need to play into all of the stereotypes.
It was very like
that's yucky.
It felt weird.
Yeah.
So the competition night arrives. Tem goes out with all the other young women. She is drawn to the very last dark cave in the mountain. She's terrified, but she decides, I'm going to be the first one to walk into the cave because I'm Temperance.
I'm not scared of anything.
So she walks into this cave, and then she meets, my name is Caspinon. Yeah, call me Caspin.
And he's obviously the single most handsome man in existence.
Oh, yeah. He's a basilisk. Got a chicken head in his true form. But he's a hot man when he changes into a human.
What's this Twilight fanfic? Okay, because it's either like Twilight fanfic, ACOTAR fanfic between like Tamlin and Reese, whatever. Or more controversial, Hermione, Draco, Lord Voldemort.
Oh my God. That feels more right.
Yeah, but I like that the least.
It does kind of feel...
Yeah,
like,
does it not?
Oh, gross.
Yep, yeah. I had that, realization halfway through.
This cave scene happens in like the second chapter, I think. And she goes into this cave.
This is like 4%.
There's 500-something pages in this book.
Yes.
She goes into the cave. She meets this dude. And she is expecting, because we've been talking around this, about the basilisks being trainers.
Mm-hmm.
They're sex partners.
Yep.
They train them how to please the crown prince. Yep. Because somehow all of the basilisks are aware of what the crown prince does in bed.
Yeah. Wait.
Weird.
There's a lot of mechanisms that don't make sense in this.
And like they know the type of woman, girl that the prince wants. And this makes it so the basilisk is looking at Tem. Oh, you're beautiful, but you're too tiny.
You're too skinny.
You're so small.
Oh no, we need to feed
Let
you.
me protect you. So I'm gonna have sex with you, and then I'm gonna feed you afterwards.
Okay, Jordan is like making that sound like a joke. That's verbatim from this book. That is like a direct quote.
You know, we were only gonna do one episode.
Dude, I
don't think we might need more.
It might be worth it because there is a lot of absolute fucking nonsense that happens.
Okay. Do you want to talk about what happens in the cave? Because I don't think I can.
I do. We are going to gloss past this very explicit sex scene, but, you know, she basically impresses him some whatever.
Because she demands that he takes his clothes off.
Yep. Yeah. Which apparently had never happened in his 400
Are you
previous
kidding me?
years.
If you put a hot man in front of me, I'm like, please disrobe.
Literally. So she apparently, you know, I don't even know the right word, impresses him. And we find out later, we get like kind of a flashback. He explains how he was feeling in this moment, but he gives her. I don't.
You have to, Katie.
He gives her. This is a cucumber.
It's a claw.
It's a claw in the shape of a claw that she has to keep in her person.
Exactly where you think it would go.
Yup. Forever, basically. He's like, you have to keep this in.
And because of the shape, it stays in.
Yep, that it does. Look up, you know, any of the personal sex shops. I can't even talk around this. He gives her a dildo. The funny part that I skipped, I missed past this apparently, and you know,
are you gonna talk about the church scene? Because I will talk about the church scene.
You should talk about the church. I forgot. Oh my god. But the important part about this claw is it is made from his substance,
and it's Bluetooth capable.
Literally, that's what I mean. The readers, it is this nonstop. Like, yeah, the sex is really annoying, and you can like skim past it. But like how the fuck do you come up with that? How did he make a magic dildo from his
these
cum?
Things exist in reality. Go to any like sex store. It's a thing. She just wrapped it in fantasy paper.
I think I am going to hell.
We both are at this point.
Dude. Oh, so yeah. And then he also, does he give her the
Not
Netflix?
right away.
Oh, okay. We'll hold on to the Netflix.
She's got to prove herself some more.
Oh my God. Well, he feeds her. He's like, you need to put on some weight. We're going to do this every time. She has to go back every night, I think.
Every night. But after the first night, she goes back home and she's like, wow, that was an amazing experience. Like they don't actually
have sex.
It depends how you define it, right?
Yeah, it's there was a lot going on.
There's too much going on. I did not need that level of detail.
No, at 4%?
No, and that level that you get in the very first scene, I feel like it starts hard and then it kind of trickles off.
I will say that the instances of like sex scenes starts extremely high and then it's still way too much, but she runs out of pages to write plot in. So the second half is a little bit more plot driven, vaguely.
But okay, she goes home after the first night and apparently they go to church. There's some sort of religion in this culture. And so she and her mom go to church. She is sitting next to her mother, hyper aware that there is a claw inside her. And she's like, why is there a claw inside me? Like, what's the purpose of this thing? I don't know what it could possibly do. And then she looks over like 10 pews ahead and she sees her mean girl bully rival sitting in church next to her like on again, off again boyfriend. And Tem watches this girl's hand go up and down.
Yup. In church.
And then Tem starts feeling a little something.
Yep.
And then the claw starts moving.
Yep. Bluetooth capability connected.
And then she watches the mean girl's head go down in church. And then our girl, who is sitting next to her mother
in a church,
starts to fully enjoy the claw.
Yep.
And that is all I want to say about the church scene.
Dude, again, it's just like a train crash. Like, this is the bear that comes out of the, like, gets hit by the train and then, starts dancing on a ball. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? But yep.
We're going to stop here because this is chapter 3.
Yeah. We have not made it very far into the plot.
So yeah, we'll see you next week for more of, I don't know what this is.
I don't know either, dude. Again, I am sorry. I apologize.
It makes for good conversation. I wish we were drinking though.
Oh my God, yeah, this would be a excellent
we need
alcoholic episode. Because, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. All right.
Well, from our shelf to yours,
we will see you on the next page.
Hi, readers. Like what you've been hearing? Check out the Spice Archive at notanotherheroine.com to see all of our reviews and ratings. And if you'd like to support our growing library, find us on Patreon and get access to exclusive bonus content.
If you'd like to just listen, we post new episodes every Monday and Wednesday on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Thanks for listening.